Okay, so I have to start with you because I felt like you gave us all a moment in this movie that just summed up the last year and a half so perfectly. And I have to say
Oh
thank
no.
you for it.
Oh no. What was it?
The moment when you're trying to get back into your suit and it's just a little too tight.
Still fits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We shot that pre-pandemic too. I gotta say, I was not ready for it to have the resonance that it had. But I clearly have been eating donuts since way before we've all been locked inside. But yeah, this has been a tough year for jeans everywhere and our fitting it for waistlines everywhere. Yes.
Exactly. How does it feel though to finally get this movie out there? I mean, I came to the set of this movie, David, and I think it was
We talked
July
on
or
set,
August
right?
of 2019.
Yeah, I feel like it's funny to talk to the press now again and to feel like I don't even, ask me questions and I don't really remember. Like it's been like 2 years,
Right.
since we shot the movie, since we were in it. And so, this year and a half has been so extraordinarily strange for all of us that it's like, it almost feels like my mind is, what was life like before that? I'm really excited for people to see it. I'm really excited for the movie to get out there. I'm also just really excited for a big old Marvel movie to be in cinemas and for us to go to the cinema. I've been a couple times already. And then this movie's perfect because it's so big. It deserves to be on the screen. The action, you can really only absorb when you're in a dark room with a huge screen. And so, yeah, I think it's a beautiful gift to the world at this time. I'm really excited for that it's being seen this way.
At some point, we all have to choose between what the world wants you to be and who you are.
Well, let me just say, y'all did the damn thing. And so that's layman's terms.
Thank you. I like that.
But you were so right. It gave me everything I needed from a Marvel movie. Funny, action, big, it's got heart, all of those things that you love. Now, I want to ask you about the action for a second because you had quite an action moment hanging off the side of that plane. I felt like I was watching Tom Cruise, sir. I said, wait a minute, what's Sam Harbour doing? What is going on here?
No, man, I am the opposite of Tom Cruise, man. I am that is a fake plane and a fake window and a lot of CGI. I am not on the real helicopter, I gotta tell you. I mean, the stunts are unbelievable in this movie, and the guys who do those things and the girls who do those things are unbelievably talented athletes and dancers. It's sort of a combination of this skill that I do not possess hardly an ounce of. So they'd plug me in and I would do various things, but in general, it's brutal. I'm in my mid-40s. I mean, my knees are in my lower back are not meant to do these things anymore.
Family. Back together again.
You got fat.
There's about like 4 guys that make up Red Guardian, of which I am the face of. But these guys, a lot of the fight guys, a lot of the guys who are doing this big stuff are these other guys who are amazing as well and who help create the character, because I could not do what he does. And it's incredible. I'm in awe of them.
This isn't your first time doing action. So how does like Marvel action compare to, what you've done before?
It is the Ferrari of action. And it feels like getting run over by a Ferrari because it's so painful. I mean, it's truly like a different level of action. We do action on Stranger Things and Hellboy, different projects I did, but not like this. Not like this. These guys really are working on a different level.
Now, David, I've talked to a couple of your Stranger Things co-stars, and of course, always trying to get little nuggets about season 4.
So Good luck. Bring it on.
Right. What can we expect? And has this experience, like with Black Widow or training or whatever you did, kind of help shape, what we look forward to next season from you in Stranger Things?
Well, first of all, this season, I just love it. I say this about a lot of seasons, but it's my favorite season. I think the scripts get better. The show gets bigger in a certain way. but it also gets more fun. There's some fun stuff that we're doing this season, but also it's the heaviest dramatic stuff I've ever had to do. We get to see a lot of Hopper at his most vulnerable. We're going to reveal a lot of backstory points that we've only hinted at in boxes in his attic. We're going to see a lot of these different threads, and also we get to see a rebirth of him. You know, he had been in season 3 sort of this guy who's struggling with his teenage daughter and sort of trapped in this world of his own darkness in a certain way, and now we get to see him re-emerge as a different human being, and in that way he has this vulnerability to him and also this brutality that he needs to survive Russia. We get to see this whole other side of him. It's some of my favorite stuff, and there's one thing in it that plays very big in this season that I've known since the first frame of the first season. And me and the Duffers would sit around and speculate on, ooh, wouldn't this be cool? The minute we started shooting, and we never thought we'd even get a second season. And then we get to do it in this season, and it's so satisfying to have had an idea 5 years prior and to go like, oh, this is a season when we're going to let out this secret that we were using just as a subtle thing to inform something. We're going to like lay it out finally. And it's really cool. Yeah.
Okay, so Stranger Things fans, go back and binge. Before it comes out, go back and watch.
I mean,
so you have your reference. Now listen, I know we've all been shut down for like a year and a half, and you were saying too, you're ready to get back out in the world. But David, you kind of did a lot during the pandemic. And I just referenced that because I really loved your Instagram post to your real life wife and your on-screen wife, Rachel. You got married like Scarlett during the pandemic. Y'all, I don't know what's in with the water with y'all Black Widow folks, your Black Widow family getting married during the pandemic. But how'd you luck out with such amazing women on and off screen in your life? What are you doing right?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't deserve it. I haven't figured it out. I've just always been drawn to really, sort of fascinating, intelligent, fierce women. And I was very lucky to work with Rachel Weisz, who I think is just one of the most talented people out there. Absolutely. Truly like one of the greatest actresses of her generation, one of the biggest movie stars of her generation, and just a lovely human being, but so generous and so fun to work with. And of course, like my wife, who is a, extraordinarily brilliant artist and human being, and who, I really am so lucky to be a partner to and with. Yeah, I've really been very lucky, and I've had a surprisingly nice pandemic amidst everything. I mean, in spite of everything, I've managed to, to get married, to shoot another movie. I've been extraordinarily fortunate. I'm super grateful for that.